Wildfires are a natural part of British Columbia's wildland ecosystems. Without wildfire, the landscape loses its diversity. Wildfires recycle nutrients, help plants reproduce, and create a mosaic of vegetation that provides habitat for a variety of wildlife. As our communities, resource developments, and recreational pursuits continue to extend into forest areas, we become more exposed to the danger of wildfire. Living where wildfires can occur may put your home at risk, but it is possible to reduce the potential impacts on your home from these natural events. By choosing to engage in FireSmart, you are taking your first step towards reducing your home and your community's risk to wildfire. But where should you begin? The first thing to do is a FireSmart home assessment. By completing a home assessment, you can identify the hazards and risks surrounding your home and property. You can find an easy-to-follow home assessment worksheet in the back of your FireSmart Begins at Home manual. The assessment is completed in an orderly fashion, working its way through the home from top to bottom, followed by the yard from the non-combustible zone to Zone 2. Zone 3 is not included in the assessment, but it has the same criteria as Zone 2. Work your way through each question, recording your scores as you go. The score given is associated with the characteristics found around your home and property. For example, when answering the question of the type of roofing material your home has, you would mark yourself a score of 0 if it has a fire-rated material such as metal, clay, or asphalt. If your home is comprised of unrated wood shakes, you would then give yourself a score of 30 points. Once you have worked your way through each question, tally your score and compare it to the hazard level rating found at the end of the worksheet. What did you score? Low risk is considered less than 21 points. Moderate risk 21 to 29, high risk 30 to 35, and extreme risk is greater than 35. It can seem daunting if you score in the high or extreme range. You may already feel defeated and that it's unachievable to FireSmart your home. Don't fret, even the smallest efforts have a huge impact on your risk to wildfire. Here are some recommendations for actions you can take today to help decrease your risk to wildfire. Number 1, clean your roofs and gutters. The roof is the most vulnerable part of the home. Firebrands or embers can be carried up to 2 kilometers away from the head of the wildfire, igniting flammable debris. By clearing away built-up debris such as leaves and needles, you can reduce the chance of fire igniting your home. It is also important to be aware of the condition of your roof and inspect shingles to ensure they are not curling and exposing the timber framing. Number 2, establish a fuel-free zone 1.5 meters around your home. Science and research has found that establishing a 1.5 meter non-combustible zone around your home greatly reduces your risk to wildfire. You can create this by removing vegetation and combustible materials down to mineral soil. You can also add to your landscaping design by incorporating brick or gravel around your home. Encroaching tree branches should also be removed from this zone. Number 3, move combustible materials out of Zone 1. Firewood piled near the home is a major fire hazard. Moving your firewood may be the key factor that allows your home to survive a wildfire. Store it away in Zone 2 or a minimum of 10 meters away from your home. Propane tanks should also be moved 10 meters away from the home. Number 4, mow your lawn. A mowed lawn is a fire-resistant lawn. Grasses shorter than 10 centimeters will likely result in low-intensity wildfire. Also, by keeping your yard free and clear of leaf, needle, and cone accumulations, you are also creating an environment that will support low-intensity wildfires. Number 5, apply FireSmart principles to outbuildings. Sheds or detached garages are also at risk for ignition during a wildfire event. By applying FireSmart principles to your outbuildings, you reduce their risk of ignition and in turn reduce the risk of ignition of your home. Number 6, plant fire-resistant plants within Zone 1. The FireSmart Guide to Landscaping is an excellent tool for finding plants that are not easily ignited by wildfire. And as a rule of thumb, it is best to have fire-resistant plants that have moist, supple leaves, minimal accumulation of dead vegetation, water-like sap that produces little odor, and has low amounts of sap or resin. Number 7, prune your trees to 3 meters wide and 2 meters high. By selectively removing trees to create a 3-meter distance between single or grouped tree crowns and removing low-lying branches up to 2 meters in height, you will drastically reduce your risk to high-intensity fires. By removing ladder fuels and increasing the horizontal spacing of the timber stand, you are ensuring wildfires will remain on the ground instead of in the crown. You can prune dead branches at any time of the year, but it is best practice to prune coniferous trees in the late winter when they are dormant. When pruning a tree, it is best to prune close to the tree trunk, taking care not to damage the main trunk or the bark of the tree. For larger branches, make a first cut on the underside of the branch. Make a second cut from the top to meet your bottom cut. Make your final cut near the stem of the tree. Never remove more than a third of the canopy of the tree, as doing so can cause harm to the tree. Instead, potentially opt to remove the tree completely. These are just a few steps to get you started on reducing your risk to wildfire, and thus, increasing your community's resiliency and providing a better opportunity for firefighters to defend your home. For more information, contact your local FireSmart representative at Frontline Operations Group or check out firesmartbc.ca.